Ah!
Hello.
Welcome
Welcome.
to
You kill me.
Kasia
Eugene,
Film Reviews for Reprobates.
it's you.
yeah, that's probably us too.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off because
we're under pressure.
Because I have only one hand. Travis is back. Say hi to Travis.
Yeah. Henry Crinkle lives on Hopper Lane. Hip hop like the rabbit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Lines directly written by Paul Schrader. Thank you very much.
So, what are we talking about today?
Train to Busan.
Yes.
As South Korean zombie apocalypse thrillers go, well, I don't know that there are many South Korean apocalypse zombie thrillers, so that would put it in a class of its own. But we watched it, and we were debating whether or not we should even talk about it because.
Let's start with why we watched it. Somebody told us this is the best movie I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yes, yep. One of you commenters actually emailed me something and said that this was the best. Oh, actually, you didn't say it was the best movie you'd ever seen in your life. Well, actually, you did say it was the best movie you'd ever seen in your life. I thought you said it was the best horror movie. I thought there was some qualifier, but I can't remember the name right now. But there was a claim that this was the best movie you had ever seen. So that's why we watched it.
Yeah. You lied.
That's her opinion. So why?
Or maybe if you think that it's the best movie you've seen in your whole life, you should watch more movies. Definitely more.
I would say I would tend to agree. Superlatives are not to be thrown around easily. This movie has won tons of awards in actual fact, and has made close to $100 million international box office. So people did like it, and people did recognize it was of a certain quality. But there are a lot of movies. To say it's the best reveals pretty much that your basis of experience is not that deep.
Especially,
I mean, I don't think it was better than Citizen Kane, for example.
No, but like maybe in the zombie movies genre,
which I've seen a lot of. Strangely enough.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of zombies.
Okay, well, actually, you could clear it up because I don't know this. I have suspicions, but you've never articulated for me why you don't like zombies.
I just don't like them. I like the voodoo zombies, the original zombies. I don't like the Americanized version of zombies.
Why?
I don't know. They just don't feel appealing to me. Like it's just like a mindless creature that just wants to eat. Why would I like them? Why would they be interesting?
How did you like them better, the same, or less than mummies?
I don't give a shit about mummies.
You don't like mummies either?
No.
So you don't like monsters that are stupid?
Yeah. I mean, mummies are not stupid. They at least they are. Usually, what wakes mummy up is some kind of need of revenge and a grudge that they hold for interrupting their eternal sleep. Or whatever, for whatever reason they died and they got buried, they just holding the grudge, they're waiting to be released and then kill everybody. So I prefer actually mummies over zombies. I remember there was that movie called Mummy, I guess.
Several.
Yeah, but like the
Brendan Fraser.
like the first one. I probably watched it like over, in secret when I was very little. Like I had to be very little because I was very afraid of it. But I don't know. I just don't like. Yeah, I don't like mindless creatures.
So you like mummies because they have a philosophical underpinning for why they do what they do.
Yeah, philosophical or just at least something.
But zombies have none of that.
Yeah, zombies are just zombies. They're just corpses that walk around.
Well,
they don't have any other purpose than eat, kill, and spread the disease. They're like walking disease, pretty much. That's it. They're not like vampires. They don't have any superpowers. You can kill them.
So they're kind of unidimensional.
Yeah, they're just boring.
Okay.
To me, like the the stupidest thing you can do in your life is to tattoo a zombie on your body. It's just like, why would you do that?
Or maybe,
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm saying that I would never do that. It would be just,
Maybe they're like the electronica of monsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't find electronica very interesting, but I can listen to electronica. And I'm interested when I listen to it because I have to be in the mood for it. If you tune yourself to a zombie movie, specifically a South Korean zombie movie, you start to measure it against other zombie movies that leads you to say, okay, it's electronica. It's not going to be really cool rock and roll or cool hip hop or cool post-punk experimental. It's just electronica. Within that universe of electronica, I might find something that I like that differentiates it from the other electronica, and that's why I can say this is better than that. But it sounds like you're saying the same thing about zombies. But in general, just you don't like zombies, period.
Yeah, I think it's a part of it is probably I'm a germaphobe, and it's kind of zombies are kind of disgusting in the wrong way.
Well, you also have an aversion to guns.
That too.
Because most zombies that we've seen have been in movies that they've been pretty much walking targets for people with guns. And what was different about Last Train to Busan is there were like almost zero guns. There was one gun. And I'm not even going to tell you where in the movie
There's
it appears.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah. Actually, there were two guns, and I'm not even going to tell you where in the movie they appear. Yeah. But it was completely insignificant.
Well, yeah, because the movie wasn't American movie. Only America is a crazy country when everybody can have a gun, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't like. It's not like I dislike guns. I started disliking guns since I got here to the United States.
But also, a gun, just a gun, is not a dramatic device.
No, not at all.
Like the gun.
Yeah.
The movie. And for all you wise asses out there, I got on the scale today. I've lost 4 pounds, so fuck you. It's making my face look fat. The screen, it adds 10 pounds. 4 pounds I lost.
Jesus
anyway.
Christ, what's wrong with you? Look, he was writing me text today that I took some photos from the party. That my head look weird.
Yeah, it makes my hair. It makes it look like my hairline starts way back here.
Maybe it does.
It doesn't. Anybody can see that. So anybody with eyes. So Last Train to Busan. There's some things I didn't like about it, and I'm not gonna give. We're not gonna go give a scene by scene scenario breakdown. All you need to know is zombie apocalypse thriller. If you're into that, you watch it.
No, there's also a moral element of that movie, which is apparently very important for the whole plot.
Right, which I liked, but I have to say, as a father, and as we're coming up on Father's Day, I have to say I'm sick and tired of this fucking dramatic meme of the disconnected father. That was part of it, and I'm sort of having enough. This movie was made in 2016. It was released in 2016. It premiered at Cannes, the film festival, where it won some kind of an award. But it's become such an accepted kind of cinematic shorthand. Everybody just buys it. And it's like, okay. Yeah, I know fathers are lame. Most fathers I know are lame. Yeah. But I know a lot of fathers who aren't fucking lame.
Yeah, but the truth is that more people can relate to the bad father.
Yeah, sadly. And in any case, I'm just telling you what took me out of the drama. I'm sitting there, I'm watching, I'm going, this again. So we got a father, he's a stock trader. His daughter doesn't like staying with him because she ends up spending most of the day with her grandmother, which I know most daughters would be into, but whatever, she doesn't. She wants to go home with her mother. The father's making stock trades. He says, okay, she's 13 years old, she's going to take the train by herself. He goes, no, you're not. I'll take it with you. I'll take time off from work. But then riots break out, ends up the zombie thing has happened out of some company that his company had actually invested a lot of money in, some bio lab. So zombies. So if you're into zombie apocalypse thrillers, the question always is, before you see your first zombie, we went into it knowing it was a zombie movie. Before you see your first zombie, is it a fast moving zombie or is it a slow moving zombie? See, she doesn't like zombies, so for her, it's just insignificant. But the first movie that I saw, which I think was 28 Days, that had a fast-moving zombie, scared the shit out of me.
I like
the
28
first scene.
Days.
Yeah, the first scene that it was revealed that it was a zombie was the father's in the kitchen, and he looks and he sees a little neighborhood girl down at the end. And he goes, "Sally, what are you doing?" She turns and looks, and then she runs top speed. You're like, "Whoa!" You actually physically jumped. And that was a pretty effective. So you don't know before you go into this, is it a slow-moving zombie thing or a fast-moving zombie thing? And I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to ruin the surprise for you.
Yeah.
But so it's on a train. So usually movies that have a restricted setting, like From Dusk Till Dawn, where it's just one room, it starts to feel kind of claustrophobic and shitty. This did not to me.
No, I think the idea. Should I like reveal it or not?
I wouldn't reveal much.
Well,
I mean,
the idea itself was very good.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't give a shit about zombies, so that's why this movie didn't do anything to me. But in general, the idea of like placing the whole movie in that one spot was interesting. The thing is, to me, the question is, why would you do another movie about zombies? I mean, it wasn't nothing new. That's probably the most annoying thing to me. Like, I've watched it till the end because we always have this 10-minute rule that we watch a movie for 10 minutes, and if it's not appealing, if it's not interesting,
if we're out by 10 minutes.
If we like don't give a shit about it after 10 minutes, we're like, fuck it, we're
out.
not watching it. But I actually I wanted to see it because I was expecting something inventive, interesting, anything, and it wasn't there.
I disagree. Like,
really?
For example, I think if you watch Hamlet, you could say, I don't feel like Elizabethan England. Well, this is not. It's about, it's the Danish king. I don't give a shit about that. I see that there were themes that they were touched on with this movie that were semi-universal. Starting with the first thing I had a reaction to, which was the negligent father thing, which I had a reaction to, family dynamics, divorce, cross-generational, the guy's well off, and it came up in it. What are you even doing? You're stealing, you're just moving the money around. You're not creating anything of any real value. This was criticisms that were thrown our main protagonist's way on the train. Oh, you're a stock trader. You're one of those pigs. And so, I thought there were compelling philosophical underpinnings that had nothing to do with the fact that they were actually imperiled by monsters in the form of these zombies. And in fact, the monsters were created by, some would say, out of control capitalism, right?
Yeah.
So it was a critique of capitalism. This company was rushing to market some sort of pharmaceutical thing that didn't have any federal trials, and that, of course, got out of the lab and fucked everybody up. Right? So,
yeah, I agree. And there was also like kind of a comment on society and on, relationship between people.
So, however, it's not revolutionary necessarily for a movie made in Asia to push collectivism as a saving grace, right? I mean, in this movie, you didn't really have there were no John Wayne-esque characters of individual actors coming to the rescue, and it was people either survived, didn't collectively, and we're not going to tell you who survived to the end and who didn't. But it was about a group dynamic, which again made it sort of a compelling take on zombies. If you're like The Walking Dead, that TV show, which I only know through the actual comic book, or any zombie film, even the very first one, Night of the Living Dead, it was always this kind of individual actor, which is very much an American thing of the sole guy, and always usually a guy riding in on a horse and rescuing everybody, which in reality, in some kind of even The Quiet Place kind of upended that. It was a family. It was a group.
Yeah, and that was the thing I liked about this movie. So there wasn't. There was a two main characters that everything was kind of playing around. It was around their relationship, but then there wasn't like a main hero in this whole movie. There was like kind of everybody was a hero or anti-hero, or there was even a villain. There was a villain actually, and it wasn't a zombie.
No, it was. He was maybe the personification of id. The guy was like, I could get from this safe place to another safe place if I push somebody else into the clutches of a zombie. A characterization that I kind of enjoyed, because, of course, this is a characterization that fueled every single Bugs Bunny cartoon I grew up with, which is the fields of play, or the id in that instance, which is just like the you that exists if the most craven version of you. And I always like characters like a Dr. Smith on Lost in Space or the Bill Pullman character in Aliens. No, man, I'm not going out there. There's something wrong. And he pushes somebody else out, you know, to face the real peril. That's actually not me, but it amuses me quite a bit, you know.
Well, I think I like to think that will be you. And even with an idea.
Yeah, that's the people who haven't been saved by me for various perils, which is a good dozen people I know. Yeah, I stopped being the guy who rode in the horse when I almost got stabbed in the eye with a 12-inch sharpened screwdriver by a lunatic, and I said after that I was like, people can fight their own battles. On Broadway in San Francisco back in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, so I hate to go with the crowd on this, but I have overall positive feelings about it just because Viva la Défense. Like, I like the fact that there wasn't a preponderance of guns. I like the fact that you didn't have...
This is another thing that I like.
Yep, there was not a main hero, but it was more about group dynamic. Not so surprisingly, coming from an Asian movie. Since it's part of Asian culture, I've been led to believe from what I've read.
The placement was great.
The placement was great. I thought the father was very good. I didn't have my feelings of empathy for the daughter were since we were our main characters. I did not feel very much for her. I enjoyed this. No, I mean she was. The situation as it occurred was unavoidable. So it's not like
she was kind of a cliche character.
Yeah, like, kind of a whiny kid, and I would have just said toughen up and you stop rescuing.
It's like, oh, you got another PlayStation. Oh, boo.
Yeah, right. That was part of that was at the beginning.
Oh, you're getting too much presents from your dad. Yeah,
that was
too many.
That was part of the negligent dad meme, you know. But
I'll take your dad.
Yeah,
I'll take the presents.
Take it and sell it, and I'll keep the cash or whatever. This is a side note. So, but I like the guy who played the father. I like the story and the hour and what was it? No, it was 118 minutes, I think, something like that. It flew by for me. She felt differently, but she was very patient and did not hate watch it. You can always tell the person you're watching is hate watching it, which is they just sit there and see. She did not hate watching it.
No, I was pushing to watch it till the end. So
right. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna do a little secret convening. Well, don't drop the computer.
I just want to say that we're not doing objective
hey, you want
rating
you
here.
Want objectivity?
No, it's not here. We're doing all our...
Any critic who holds a claim of being objective is an asshole.
We are doing everything subjective here. 100%.
Hey, do other review shows call other reviewers assholes? No, but this one does. All right, so can you do the secret?
Yeah.
I'll put you... Well... I need two hands.
I need only one.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Wow, you are very generous.
6. You can't see it because
4.
You should give it a 4 because I'm basing it not on the scale of Citizen Kane. I am basing it on the scale of zombie flicks. So.
No, I just decided to give it 4 because it would be unfair to give it 1, and second, I like 4 elements of this movie, so just 4.
Right. I'm doing it on the basis of when I used to have that porn review site where it's like I would tell.
We actually are planning to do some porn reviews.
Right. Night Dreams by
my favorite
by Andrew, whose last name I can never remember his last name.
With Dorothy LeMay.
Yeah, but the deal is there's a life cycle of a porn reviewer. You ask your friends, hey, you want to review porn? They go, oh, yeah. And then you drop off a box of like 30 porns. They're like, oh, yeah. And then they watch one and you start bugging them for reviews. They're like, yeah. And then like by the time there's 7 movies in, they're like, yeah. And by the time they get to the end of the box, if that even happens, they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. It's fucked up. So I say this by way of saying, what I told them is there's going to be somebody out there who likes what you don't like. So your review is to inform that person who likes what you don't like. And so in my mind, if you get beyond South Korean, if you get beyond thriller, if you get beyond zombie and get beyond apocalypse, if all those 4 things are okay with you, I have given it a 6 because you'll enjoy the movie. Conceptually, it means a lot. Conceptually, what in zombie apocalypse films, what's number 1? I got to give it to Romero. Well, the Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. That troika, I think, is probably an 8. So, but if that's the gold
28 days, I would give it probably a 7.
Yep. So
I really like it.
Right. So on that scale, base it accordingly. 6 is an admirable number. We're hard here. We're not easy touches. We're not being funded. We're not being funded by these fucking film companies. We're the last truly free
But we
voices.
wouldn't mind.
Yes, we wouldn't mind. But we're the last truly free voices in film reviews in America.
But maybe not so for long.
I'm as Henry Crinkle, based on all the other shows I do, and how much we make off of it. I'm not complaining. I'm just noting. Anyway, so that is Last Train to
London.
I would have said Clarksville because I'm thinking the Monkees, but Last Train to Busan. So that was it. If you have recommendations for us, we'll take them. Right now, we're watching another Safdie Brothers movie, and based on your recommendations as well. Yes. Because if we're watching the same shit that we watch, we'll be reviewing Joseph Lucy's The Servant every week, or some other movies like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But hey, so actually, reviewing porn was terrible.
Yeah. When you talk about new generic porn, you have to come up with a methodology that works. And as I was one of the reviewers as well, what I did was you can make the window small, so I would make the window small and the video player on my laptop and put it up in the corner, and I would do other stuff. And if what was happening on that little small screen was enough to make me look, that was like a point.
Yes, but then porn is about one thing pretty much. So
what
are you basing your review on? Like
just like anything else, you can take it completely seriously as a piece of work, as understanding why most people will be watching this movie 3 minutes at a time. Exactly. I'll give you an example. I reviewed one called A Big Boob Party. Right?
I mean, why would you even need a review?
Right.
It's all in the title.
Well, you need a review very precisely for the reason that whoever made this movie called Big Boob Party chose to film legs. So much so that I started to think that they just mislabeled it and were confused. So it's like, great, here we are, Big Boob Party, and you're looking for the boobs, and okay, she's got big boobs, and the music's going, yeah, and then right to the legs. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
The camera operator was a little bit
sleepy,
or maybe he just liked legs.
Yeah, he
wasn't into boobs at all.
I don't give a fuck with you guys. Like, I'm the real artist here. Down, and it's like, how are you gonna have a movie called Big Boob Party and I don't see any big boobs in this party? That's fucked.
How many stars you gave to that movie?
Square root of -2, which is an imaginary number for you mathematicians out there, or you non-mathematicians out there. So, but then you had sometimes movies that were good where you just be like, the little picture in the screen, you'd be looking, oh my god, So what makes a good porn movie? Same thing that makes a good movie. Surprise.
Yeah. Well, that's why I like Night Dreams, but it's not really a porn movie. It's kind of like an artsy.
There's that period.
Artsy movie with the pornographic accent.
There is that period of porn where they thought it was really going to be big time. Like it was going to be
why not?
Real movies that just happen to have real sex in them. And Jerry Damiano and some of the early filmmakers actually believed that was going to happen. And so there were a couple of years in there. You see Devil and Miss Jones, where they're like actually movies with plots and lines and sets, and it's fucking is there, but it just happens to be there. But Devil and Miss Jones is probably a pretty compelling and interesting thing. And then it became slop in the hands of slop meisters. But even then, somebody like a Jules Jordan, their name is Ashley Gaspard, elevated the form, and there have been a few. So, but clearly one of us knows way too much. But I did have a company for 10 years that reviewed porn.
We kind of both know a little bit too much about
Yeah, but no,
That movie.
I still can't. I still haven't succeeded in getting rid of all. What do you? How about this for the people left still paying attention?
Yes.
I've got probably 600 unopened, sealed, unreviewed pieces of pornography. It chafes my hide to think about throwing them out. I think they've got to be worth something to somebody. How do I sell these things? I had a guy in London who was selling them.
We should do a like what is it? Mystery box on eBay. Except I'm not sure if selling porn is legal.
No, it's legal.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not illegal porn, so it should be legal.
So we can do it like this. Mystery box. People are paying hundreds of dollars for mystery boxes.
We're never do mystery boxes. We do theme boxes. We could do big boob party boxes. But we've gone kind of far afield.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's a show.
Yeah.
You got yourself a little over 20 minutes, so we're not completely slacking. I gotta thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Usually we try to do it on the weekend, but we got jammed up. We
went to a pole show. We've been busy.
So we'll try to do this next one on Sunday, and it'll be the Safdie movie unless something happens and we change our minds. Recommendations are appreciated. Go below our image right now and give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Tell your friends about it, and until then,
ta-ta.
Toodles. Okay, see you later.